What's going on, Side Perspectives GeoFox, and I'm actually filing for unemployment on the Michigan website. And keep in mind, when you file for unemployment, first of all, there's so many ways for you not to be for you to be eligible, despite the fact that you've worked and you've paid into it. So like if you're fired, if you resign on your own, you quit on your own, those are a few reasons for them to deny your unemployment claim. Now, I was essentially fired and let go for speaking up and asking why a federal holiday wasn't being recognized. But of course, living in Michigan, a right-to-work state, we don't have unions. We have unions, but a lot of jobs don't have unions. And right-to-work states, as I stated in my previous video, are literally union-busting policies, laws, and legislations put in place to make it difficult for workers, employees to collective bargain, to mobilize and organize and unionize your place of employment. They make it extremely difficult. And like I said, you can literally be fired for any little thing. They don't have to give you a reason. They can just let you go like that. And like I stated previously, if you are fired, let go, or you resign and quit a job on your own, those are reasons for the state to not approve your unemployment claim. And that is a huge possibility in my case. However, it's always, I guess, in your best interest to apply for whatever is available to you, because you don't know if you're going to get denied or not. However, chances are probably going to get denied. Chances are you're probably going to find a better job before you're going to get approved. But rather be safe than sorry, so there's that whole thing. It's something to think about. So I'm applying online right now, and okay, next step. They make it so difficult to answer this stuff, and it's because the website is like not the most user-friendly at all. And like, I don't get like why I have to keep answering the same questions, and then it won't let you move forward. I've already answered what I was going to answer for mines. Worked here. Okay, next step. And it won't. This step must be corrected before moving on, and I'm not like understanding what is the next step that needs to be done. I've literally answered all the questions in regards to my previous employer, and it's when I click next step, it doesn't allow me to move to the next step. So I've just been playing on this for the past 30-40 minutes, and these are the steps that one has to take when they're filing for an unemployment claim in the state of Michigan. And keep in mind, every week, roughly 700,000 people per week, nearly 1 million people per week are filing for unemployment. And everyone's like, oh, but there's jobs that's hiring. But when you look at the jobs that are available, they're the same low-wage jobs that I just left. Like, you go from one poverty job to the next. Like, none of them are paying living wages. They're all $15 an hour or less in many cases. And I was already making roughly $14.49 an hour and living paycheck to paycheck, and hence why I had to have second and third side hustles, side businesses going on to supplement my income despite having a full-time job. and in many cases working overtime, well over 40 hours a week, and still not making ends meet. So I'm just going to document this entire experience to really highlight and show other people, like, this is the problem in the United States of America. You know, it is essentially a scam. You sit up here and you tell people to go get degrees, get certifications. None of these degrees and certifications ever, like, turn into anything. It's always just you wasting time and money that you don't have. Hence why so many of us are in massive student loan debt for these useless ass degrees that never lead to decent paying jobs or careers. And then if you're trying to start your own job or your own career, your own business, it takes money to make money. And unfortunately, because we're in this constant hamster wheel of poverty, oppression, capitalism, where are we going to get money to start a business when our jobs don't pay us living wages? We can't even pay our own basic bills like rent, mortgage, utilities, gas, electric, food, car insurance, health insurance, home insurance, renter insurance, etc. You know, we can't even save money. You know, they're always talking about, oh, you need to save. How are you supposed to save when you're not making enough money to begin with? As I stated in previous videos, I wasn't making $2,000 a month from my job working full time. After taxes and after paying for all of the employer benefits, after all those deductions, I was making roughly $950 to $963 every 2 weeks. And I'm supposed to chip out $619 every month for rent because I have a roommate. So, but our total monthly rent is $1,238. I'm driving a car that's from 2009. So when people want to talk about, oh, well, you need to live within your means. Okay, we are living within our means. We still can't afford to live. We're driving cars that's 12 years old that has all kinds of mechanical issues and electrical issues. We're literally driving death traps because we can't afford to get our cars fixed because we're not being paid living wages. We're sitting up here, even with roommates, it's still a struggle because, hello, you're not even getting $1,000 every 2 weeks, yet you're supposed to cough up $619 a month for rent. So you try taking $619 from $950. And then you're supposed to live off of that remaining balance after paying rent for the next 2 weeks, the next 14 days until your next pay period. Hence why I and so many others have second and third jobs, second and third side hustles, because if we didn't, there's no way we were going to be able to make ends meet on these very low pay. Like the salaries are low, the wages are low. The cost of living is extremely high. Inflation is extremely high. Cost of living and inflation never, like, our wages never reflect the cost of living and inflation, because if that's the case, people really need $23, $24 an hour. Not $14.49, not $15, but $23, $24 an hour. So people can actually pay their bills, have a savings account, you know, get themselves out of debt, actually have an investment, you know, have some disposable income, you know. But anyways, I will continue to document my journey and of filing for unemployment, applying for jobs, the whole 9 yards. So yeah, stay tuned.